Okay.
you know I do the Building the Good Life. So thank you guys for watching. I obviously have been doing the Building the Good Life, and it's coming to an end. On the last episode, I actually told you guys I was going to be sitting down with my mentor. So I decided to reach out to him, and I was actually able to get some of his time, and his name is John CURRI. He's sitting next to me. Some of you guys that are local probably have heard of John and maybe already know John, but he owns a local real estate company called CURRI Properties, which I work for, and I actually met John when I was, how old was I, 18?
17, I think 17.
Probably 17.
I don't think you were legal yet.
I wasn't legal. We like to joke around, and if you know John's personality, he loves to, so it's always been fun working next to him, and just I probably picked up so many mannerisms. My mother actually says, she's like, you sound just like John CURRI, like some of the stuff I do.
That's a problem.
Is it? I think it's a good thing, because like
when maybe you pick up the good and then discard the bad. I guess that'd be the best.
Do you remember when I first met you? Can you go back that far?
Yeah.
I walked into I was at O'Galley High School, and I had to get a job, right? And they wanted me to do this internship, and we went to the mall, and the Wireless Dimensions is a cell phone store. If you guys remember Wireless Dimensions in Melbourne Square Mall, it was an accessory cart. Well, I was gonna try to work there, but they sent us to this warehouse, which was on Wickham Road.
Oh, right. That's how you got there, from the retail to the wholesale. Yeah.
So I walk in there, and I had my application in my hand, and he's a good friend of ours now, and he's obviously known as Bryant Kushmick. Snatches the application out of my hand, slaps me on the shoulder like this, and it's like, come on, Bubba. And he walks me around to a cubicle area, and that's where you're sitting. And you have me sit down. Right. And I am like super shy, like a nervous wreck, because I've never been this is my first job. I'm doing it for school. I even told you that I would, I'm like, hey man, I'll work for free. And you shot that down real quick. You're like, right. Come on, man, no, I'm going to pay you. And you started me off at $6.50. Do you remember all that?
$6.50 an hour.
Yeah, and it was like $5.15 was the minimum wage, so I was pretty happy.
I've always been somebody that overpays people.
Yeah, so. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot out there that are trying to do it themselves, the entrepreneurs. You did it yourself. He doesn't like to talk about a lot of his successes. He will if you bring him up, but he's very humble. But I will tell you that what he accomplished at a young age, there's those companies out there, and you guys have all seen them before, and you heard of them, the Amazons, all those, and I've seen like an image, like one of those memes floating around social media, and it showed like all the businesses that started out of the garage. Well, just so happens, your business, that Wireless Dimensions, started from a garage, at least what I was told.
St. Armand Circle.
St. Armand Circle.
Yeah.
You started out of a garage, so. He was one of the guys. He's one of the guys.
Well,
it
went from Jeep Grand Cherokee.
A Jeep Grand Cherokee
to garage.
Yeah. So obviously I was in high school, and I started working for this company that John created. He created it in his mid-20s, pretty much. It went, and you started off with nothing. It was an idea. It was a thought, and it grew into. How many locations did it go to? Did it go to?
I think we had 156 in 38 states the day I sold. But it ended up going to more than that after we sold it.
So you went from a young kid working at AT&T to building a business at 156 nationwide locations and a ton of malls, Simon, GGP, and then obviously John ended up selling the company. And when you sold the company, I was actually still there. Right. And for some reason, I just always wanted to reach out to him. So here's something funny that I think is pretty funny. I reached out to you when I was still working there. And I actually got fired from his old company. It wasn't him who fired me. It was
the new owners.
The new owners fired me, and then they hired me back. But I wanted more. And John, obviously, he likes to climb and do different businesses. So after he sold that company, you went and opened up a restaurant. Then you also opened up CURRI Properties, which is still going strong, even better than ever today. And I just to go back a little bit, I reached out to you, and I just wanted to do stuff. So you met with me at that riverfront property. It was Shooters or whatever it was called, Coral Bay.
Right, Coral Bay, yeah.
We ate, and I was like, hey, I just want to do some stuff. And he knew I was a young kid, and I like to hustle. So he loves products. He loved retail, because that's what the cell phone business was all these retail products. So he was selling these, remember those scooters that came out that were popular?
Right, yeah.
They're like specialty.
Electric scooters, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I just want to do stuff. I just want to help you. So I was like, obviously coming to him. So I'm giving you guys the heads up. The mentors don't come to you. You'll run into them, but it's okay to go to them. So I was reaching out to him, and then he's like, yeah, let's go meet up. So I met up with him. Now, let's be real. at that time, I wasn't somebody that was like, oh, this guy's a key player that could help me build businesses. I wasn't that guy, you know. I was just a young kid trying to still figure it out, but I was a hustler, so I was willing to hustle. So I was driving around putting papers. I was trying to sell the scooters for you.
Were
so
you
I was,
in the
all the
mailboxes?
I was putting them in Beachside. All these mailboxes until the post office guy called you up and said, hey, you can't be doing that. So I got him in trouble.
They wanted their 33 cents or whatever it was. At the time.
For hustling. And you're like, no, that's cool, man. You were just trying to hustle, because I felt bad. I was getting him in trouble trying to help him sell these products and stuff. But so I'm just fast forwarding it to where we're at today. So I ended up, there's an office back here because we're at Curry Properties right now, and I got my real estate license. I asked John if I could come and work with him, and he said sure. So he interviewed me, and he already knew who I was, but interviewed me just to see what I'm trying to do with real estate.
In terms of, are you capable of selling real estate, or do you have the personality for real estate? And I knew you, but there's people go through different times in their lives and things.
You can roast me right now.
So I'm like, so I'm just like, is this guy really? Does he really have the drive? Is he hungry enough? Is he going to be able to make it on his own? And it's Chris and I've always had to, we've have an amazing relationship now, but you meet people in your life sometimes, and you say to yourself, you go, you know what, my money's on that person, or he's a really nice guy, or she's a really nice girl, and you know what, there's going to be something that's going to happen here. And I always know that within usually the first time I meet somebody, and then after like a few times you catch up, you get to know more, and then in the first week or two, you really know if somebody has what it takes and the drive to be successful. Whether it's, making a lot of sales, or becoming a friend that will be there for you when you need them, or, because success is measured in a lot of different ways, right? So the fallacy is that success is always measured by money, but that's kind of the cliche. That's the thing that everybody measures by, but it's not. It's a lot of things. But anyway, so Chris has always been the yes man, right? He'll always help me. Hey, Chris, can you do this? No problem. Hey, so he's always been that guy for me, right? And so he was at the warehouse, and then when he came back to me, I'm like, you know what? This is somebody that I want to invest my time in, because they're going to invest their time in me. Right. So it's a mutual relationship, and that's what people have to understand, is that there's takers and there's givers. But when you give and you take, and it's mutual, it's like a magical relationship, and that's the relationship that Chris and I have had. That's what we have, and we still continue to have. I wanted to talk about, and maybe I'm going off subject here, but I want to talk about the whole going back to success, right?
Oh, and what I want you to deliver to them. Yeah.
So really what drives me as a person is helping people get to their destination. A lot of times what happens is the more you bless other people, the more you get in return. Not being selfish, sharing the knowledge that you have with others it's a sin. If you know something that would benefit somebody else, but you harbor that and you hide it, it's like a sin. I mean, the idea is that you share your life experiences with other people. The reason why I loved working with you in the beginning, and I continue, is because you talk about it, you process it, you do it.
Do it. Get it done. Let's go.
And that's the thing. We talk about the books like, Eat That Frog, and
I love it.
And
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, and some of these things that are just it's just amazing. And if people would actually take the time to read a 120-page book, or watch a video, those of you that know me, don't know me, I don't watch TV.
We don't want to take up too much time. I wanted to sit down with John. I wanted you guys to see my mentor. If you come across an individual that's close to you, that you're at, they're at your job, and they seem like they have a wealth of knowledge, and let's just call it like you want to be like them in a way. I mean, he was somebody I looked at that I was like, I want to follow this guy. Don't be scared to reach out. I reached out to John even after he sold the company. I was still reaching out. I still stayed connected. You got to show that you want it. If you show that you want it, those guys that are making things happen, they love people like that. They'll feed you. You will. If they're making money, I mean, you show me your 3 closest friends. I'll show you who you are. If you want to make money, go around people that are making money. you will make money. Now, obviously, we talk about it's not all about money, but money's going to help you do a lot of things in life. It'll help you get comfortable. It's something that we use today. We all use it. It's a part of our lives.
And if for example you make a lot of money and you have a good year, doesn't mean you need to keep it.
Right.
You can give 20% of it away to somebody.
Yeah, you donate a lot.
You can tithe to your local charity, whatever you want to do.
Whatever.
So it's not like, oh, I had a great year, I made all this money, and I'm going to buy another car, I'm going to buy another house. No, it's not about that. It's whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
But it does help. If I could say anything, I know we're kind of ramping this down. If I could say anything to people about the biggest thing with success, right, is that just keep in mind that it's not going to come to you.
Yeah.
You have to get it. Most people know that, they understand that, but if you're waiting for the lucky day comes when you make the luck.
Yeah.
You have to make a action for that reaction to come to you. I picked up the phone and made a phone call when I was 23 years old. I had no script. I just picked up the phone and I made a call to a huge developer. And I had a meeting. I flew to Chicago and had a meeting with this developer. It landed me one of the biggest deals of my life. And I just picked up the phone and got to the right person. And it led me to a huge success in my start of my career, because I wasn't afraid to pick up the phone and ask questions. So I've always been that guy that asks questions. If you don't understand something, don't nod your head and pretend like you do. Ask the questions until you get the answer that you want, or until you understand it fully, because that will lead you to your success.
That's interesting. That's just like a defining moment in
Yeah.
your life. Like that was everything shifted
Right.
by that one action.
Right. And then after I made that phone call,
Yeah.
the next phone call was a bigger phone call, and it wasn't even an issue anymore. And then so I never had any fear with asking questions. And that's, you'll notice a lot of people that you are around that are successful they don't fear. You see them at a party and they're walking up to people that they don't even know, and they're saying, "Hey, how are you? And I heard about you, and congratulations on your success, and man, you're the guy in the commercials with the car lot, with the the dealership, and always wanted to meet you." Have no fear.
Right.
Because we're all people.
Right.
We're all trying to achieve the same goal, happiness.
Happiness, yeah.
And get to the finish line, which is defined in different ways for different people. But I appreciate you having me on the show, and
thank
really,
you. I know, I'm sure your phone's blowing up right now.
Yeah, I got a couple dozen voicemails, but I'm glad we've been together for 20 years, man.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Excited about that.
I always say it sounds kind of, I think I told you the other day, I was like, all right, I'm going to sound kind of cocky. I'm like, outside, obviously, your discovery of God and your family, I'm like, I'm going to try to be your next best discovery. I got to make something big happen. So if I can make something big happen, which that's where I'm trying to, I keep tapping at that tree, man. I just think, I'm like, you know what, man, a lot has to do with, I got at a young age, got to follow you. So, mentors I think are helpful. Whether you knew you turned into one, you did.
I learned just as much from you as you learned from me. So it's a mutual relationship.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
You got it.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.